Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Shannon and today I'm going to be showing you my bullet journal so far for the year 2021. So this year I decided to go with a vibrant pink. It's just the journal from Michaels. I can't think of the name of the company. It's a very basic one though. It was like maybe $14.99 or something like that. It's got the two strings which I like and for bookmarks, and it's got the dots in it for the bullet journaling. What I added to it was this little pen holder just from the dollar store, and it's kind of leatherish, so I kind of like that. And then the other thing I'm addicted to now is stamping and embossing. So this is a wax seal kit that I got just from Amazon, and I love it. It comes with all kinds of different colors for wax, and it's just so fun. I just love it, so I added that to the front. So let's dive in, shall we? Now, I do a lot of stamping and card making, so I have a lot of stamps. So this is actually a stamp. None of this is hand-drawn except for my little squigglies around my name. This is when I first dove in. I really didn't have a theme for my journal. I've seen so many beautiful bullet journals since. I've gone on YouTube and seen so many people do tutorials and have these beautiful, like, with the same flowers throughout of it. And I thought, you know what, that's not really my style. I like to change it up and do different things and different themes. So I'm going to keep it me, but I am, loving what I see out there. So this is my first couple pages. They had a couple blank pages at the front, so I just went with that. And love the bike with the little art supplies in the basket, and I like cactuses, so I got my little cactus washi tape there, and I just wrote down a few goals. And let my hair grow is my goal for this year. So I had to write that down, so I see that I won't cut it. Basically, my bullet journal is my journal that holds me accountable for things. So if I write it down here, then I don't want to make it a fraud, and if that makes sense to anybody, and so I will follow through with things. This is, again, a couple blank pages. I did a little Dutch door at first on this where you cut off the page and let it flip to the other side, but then decided I didn't really want that and changed it. And that's okay, because my goal for this journal was not to rip any pages out, although I did cheat and rip a couple pages out because they were just horribly bad. But I want to just cover up and just redo things. So that's my goal, is not to rip out any more pages, because it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what's so hard to let go of, is that perfectionism when you're doing a journal. And, it's for nobody but yourself. And if you just keep that in mind, like, obviously we like to share what we do with each other, but ultimately at the end of the day it's your journal and it's what you put into it. So that's what I'm going with. I do like layering different papers and stuff like that. So I have a bunch of different ephemera stuff and little things. I rip up paper and find different things everywhere that I keep. I'm a bit of a pack rat, so I know I'll use it some eventually. So what I did is I saw this, and I'll have to give credit to the person that she did it first, and it was beautiful, and I was very inspired. So she did her moon. And so what I did a little differently is I added a little bit of just you can see it, so I don't want to burn my thing here, a little bit of gloss just to give it a glossy tone. And I really love this quote, be the moon and inspire people even when you're far from full. And I just thought that was perfect little quote. This is the stuff here that I used. It's Glossy Accents by Ranger, and you only need a little bit of it, and it just takes a couple hours to dry. So what I did is I did cut this out, but I added another piece of paper to the other side and added some washi tape. And I really love this paper. I love this little bit of sparkle to it, if you can see if it'll come through on the camera here. And I wrote down, I have a tarot deck that I have, and I just pulled some cards, and I really like the affirmations of the coming year. So that's what I wrote down, and my goal is to say these affirmations every day. This is my year at a glance, and I kind of cheated. I might redo this page, I'm not sure yet, but last year I did go through and actually, write out all the different days. I'll show you. This is my last year's journal. I have a stamp that I cheated with a little bit, but I did write down everything here. But I decided, since I had a little calendar with all the little dates already done, I'll just save some time and stick them down. This is just a reference anyway. It's nothing really, you know, I don't keep anything important on there. It's just so I know. I will go back and highlight the weeks that my kids are with me, because I like to see at a glance when they're here. These are my dates to remember. I might still come in and zhuzh this up a little bit because it's a little plain, but I wanted to fill it in first and then see what room I had left over. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff still. It was all just the stuff I could think of the one day. And yeah. And then I have my cleaning page, and I'm not very good at cleaning. I'll admit that. I think a lot of us kind of struggle with that, so I want to do better, and my journal helps me do better. So I wrote down what I want to do daily, weekly, monthly, semi-annually, and annually. Wrote a nice little quote here, and as I go through, once I do the microwave for January, I'll just scratch that off and color it in so that I know that I kept up with that. This next page here is very important to me. It's my self-care tracker, and one thing that I struggle with is taking care of myself, and because we're always taught like everybody else comes before you, and that's why I put it's not selfish to take care of yourself, it's necessary, and self-care is how you take your power back. And it's true, because as soon as I do my nails or, you know, do my hair, I feel so much better and I feel more like myself again. So I have to remember that and remind myself of that when I get my little ruts. So I just put down the different things that I can take care of myself, except for massage. I'm an esthetician, so I do my own facial, my own waxing, my own nails and pedicure, all those things. So no, I'm not going out in this COVID world and getting these things done. These are things that I can do at home by myself. Like I said, except for the massage, which we'll see when that happens, and a hair trim. I'm allowing myself a trim, not a cut, and I'll just write down when am I able to do that. My little sticky notes are just here for when I do these couple of things, so I can keep track of the last day that I did them, but I can change it out. And then I want to meal planning. I not loving cooking. So that's one thing for 2021 that I want to start doing more regularly is cooking. And so I want to kind of give myself inspiration. So I have new meal inspirations, which I just chose about 6 different categories. This one being other, in case I get a good recipe from a friend that doesn't fit into one of those countries. And just drew some little fruits just to kind of give it a little bit of fun splash, and just write down favorites and ones I can just go to in a pinch. But I do want to try a new meal, and so I'm going to write down my inspiration here. This is January's spread, and before I really knew what I was doing, I didn't have much of a plan. I just was kind of winging it. So I did balloons, and I have double balloons because I want to take track of how I'm feeling, if I'm sleepy that day or productive, and then the other balloon at the top is for how my days are. I do suffer from anxiety and depression, so it's important for me to keep track of how many days I have that are bad and kind of go with that. This is my January spread. So I decided at first it was going to be just blue. That was my theme. And I was going to do the snowflakes. So you'll see my snowflakes repeating. But then I decided to do a Breakfast at Tiffany's theme. So kind of the blue matched. And this is a quote from the movie, "It's natural that we should change." And I think 2021 is about changing and leaving the old behind. This isn't from the movie, but I love it, and it says, "She leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes." I really like the little gold dots, so I carried that theme through. And this, you'll see, is kind of, if you can tell, it's kind of shiny. And this is as well, and that's because I laminated it. And let me tell you, I love my laminator. I use it all the time. If you want me to do a tutorial about different tricks to use the laminator, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely do that for you. But with these, what I did is I only laminated the one side, so the other side is still paperish, so it sticks down better and it adheres a lot better. And then I just used a little stamp. I do this a couple times. And so I have inks that I like to use, and I just use a little dauber like this and literally just rub it on. And it gives it kind of that Tiffany's blue feel. This was my second part of my spread. So I have my month at a glance, which I really like having, and sometimes I'll fill in and like circle paydays and things like that so I can just see it at a glance. And then this page kind of changes. I'm not keeping it you know, rigid, like it has to be this spread. It's kind of just an idea, because for my next one I kind of changed it up a bit. But I did do my own stickers, and I used a punch to punch it out. And basically what I did is I got sticker paper from Staples and painted it with watercolor paints, all different colors, so I can just go in and take what I need. And that's how I got these little stickers here. These I printed off the printer and just stuck them down. And then these are my weekly spreads. I prefer the lengthwise because it gives me more room to write down. You can see there's a little bit of bleed through, and not too bad. That's why I do eventually want to get a better quality book, so you don't have much bleed through, but I try to just stick to the pens and markers that I have that don't bleed so much. I did use a little bit of ephemera around here just to give it a little bit of a fun look, and this is a mistake. Don't look at that part. I do have my trackers here as well, just things that I want to keep track of every day, so I just go right quick there and check it off as I go. So every week I did stick with the same little washi tape at the bottom. Kind of tried to give it a theme. Again, my little stickers that I made, and I did the different washi tapes. I have a bunch of thin ones, and so I just tried to use it for the lines. Again, more of the same. And the last page. And then we come to my February tracker. So February, at first I was starting with it's February, so it's got to be love and hearts and love, love, love. And so I did the heart tracker, which I kind of like for my mood tracker. But then I have this cute little washi tape with the teacups and thought, oh, I'll do a tea theme for February. And it turned into a bit of a Mad Hatter tea themed. So Alice in Wonderland, I kind of ended up going with that, and you'll see as I go through. What I did do, and I kind of regret it now, is I used the gel pens that I got from my Dollar Tree haul, because the colors were really pretty. And yeah, I colored my teacup and it didn't go so well. I don't know if you can really tell there. Like, I like that it's shiny and it's cute, but it took forever to dry, and that made me really upset because I wanted to do other things, and every time I touched it, it'd come off on my finger, and I actually had to put a piece of paper down so it wouldn't transfer to my other page. So that made me very unhappy. But other than that, I like how it turned out. I used a little bit of colored pencil to color in the table. This is all hand drawn. I'm not a bad artist. I do a lot of different things. If you ever look at my Facebook page or whatever, I do a lot of different art. But I did like how this quote turned out, and this little teacup, that it's from the transfers, the Revlon transfers that I got from the Dollar Tree. Again, I used the dauber with some ink. And this is the only page I have done for February so far, because I started with my theme, and it's the Mad Hatter theme, or Alice in Wonderland actually. And as you can see, I did change my layout for this part. So again, nothing needs to be the same. You can make it up as you go along. There's no rules in bullet journaling. Nothing to say that it's got to be exact every month. Just do what you want to do what makes you happy. So I really like how this layout turned out with the little Cheshire cat behind my circles. And I decided, instead of doing a don't forget, to do a brain dump. So just things that I'm thinking of that I don't want to forget, or I don't want to, I want to kind of come back to in the future. And then I did my little drawing of my buddy there. Again, this is all freehand, so it's not perfect, and then I have some little stickers that I had, and again, my little transfers. So the next couple weeks I do have to come in and fill in. I've already drawn them, so I might take you with me on that journey as I fill them in. Alice was such a pain to do. I'm not good with faces, so she was trouble. But then I have my little guy, and that's all I've gotten so far. So I will probably do a video to show those. But other than that, that is my journal thus far. So if you want to follow me, and I would love that if you could subscribe and hit like for this video. Again, I'm just starting out, so anything helps. And I would love to share more with you. So if you subscribe and like, that shows me that you like what I'm doing, and I'll be wanting to show more things. So have a great day and enjoy your journal. Thanks.